think that
I mean, we can always cut this back a little bit.
We need, I guess, before we do that last pipe to start on this sheet metal.
That's right there, that's something there. And then here we decide to go forward from the house. And stand up. Just stand it up on hot air from one side. Like you said, right? We're going back from the layer. Grab this, okay, heat, and yeah, put that Diffuser right.
Shield here, bolt it to here, and have the hole right in there. Have this meet up to here, and then from there we can do whatever we want up here. You know? If you have a 4-inch collar, just a 4-inch collar just sticking out here, I guess that could go anywhere.
Well, your editing skills are getting much better.
Need to mount that radiator permanently.
Hi, Shroud.
Do we have enough 90s to make the S?
Maybe
here?
the S. But I want to know where that line's going, because if we're not going to be replacing too many things.
Well, that line could be moved over to the next
One
bolt.
goes over the top here.
Again, if you don't want the average guy to be having to cut and weld his AC system and charge it,
Right.
another added cost, you don't want to do that. Where do you want to put this AC condenser?
And then just put a couple of blower fans on or sucker fans on the bottom.
Okay.
You know, and that way the heat of the condenser doesn't heat up the radiator, or because that's what.
But then you're blowing down?
Yeah.
You're blowing down and out?
Right.
Okay.
On a stock car, that goes in front of the radiator. And then you got the intercooler on top of that, blocking that flow. By the time that air gets to the radiator, it's fucking steaming.
That's that one. Which one? I guess it doesn't matter which side is which here. Connection here.
I guess that connection goes.
This tank is what I'm saying. I'm assuming we're going to have to make a belly pan?
We're
going to have to make a new one.
You get the same stock one and
What, cut it out?
blow some holes in it. That way, the air
That
that comes
feeds
in,
air from the bottom hole too?
we can, or we can simply take air from the radiator, or we can take air from the bottom. We put a splitter on there.
In order to make all this sheet metal boxing or whatever, you're going to have a floor, you're going to have 2 walls
Well,
to
look,
start off.
let's take the car out for a second.
Foam it in, that's it.
Here, separate this inlet from this inlet with like a piece of aluminum or just that 1/4 inch water treated, pressure treated wood that I use for these coolers to go up to seal this curve up to the radiator. Then off of that we can leave a little flange.
Once we have that, then we'll fix the radiator in a fixed position. Once we see where we can mount this sheet in here off of this lip, because it's flat right off that front lip, the sheet has to start breaking from there, so that you can seal the radiator off in the upper hole. An element to all of this is taking the frontal area of the car and isolating each section for each piece. That means you can't have all 3 together, and that's unorthodox to how most people build these combinations.
For a duct to work properly, the theoretical formula is outlet has to be 16 times or greater than inlet. If you look at if you look at the cowlings on World War II bombers, radial engines, those things had 2 rows, 3 rows, and 4 rows of 9 cylinders.
Yeah.
It just has like a dragster air scoop right behind the propeller, and the outlet is like all the way around. You know, this is plenty of inlet for everything.
Right, but that's why the separation between there's only going to be two areas, so that's creating that first separation.
We leave here an inch behind here to mount the duct. That duct will serve as the roof of the intercooler and the floor of the radiator. They must have hired some fresh engineer out of school, married somebody's daughter, and said, "Oh, we gotta give him a job. Design a rack."
All these turns, if it's not.
I didn't.
Either way, I have to blow 290s there. And then then that 90 I can plug into the 45, and then that could be the other pipe. I don't know where you want to break it though. Where do you want to have a break? Here? Somewhere here?
Yeah.
It's gonna have to have a clamp here too, because there's no way, I don't think you can snake that hose with two 90s, you know, with the radiator. So I think we have to do,
What if we put,
because the radiator is gonna mount to the car.
what if we put a 90 coming off?
Looking
Also
good.
thought that maybe we could use a 45 aluminum to angle it and put the filter across instead of buying another one of these that have four. We're gonna need probably two of these on the other side to make that happen. Two more of 45 in that filter, we're here.
We can wipe out, you know,
Some of that.
some of that.
I was thinking about using that for the bracket to hold the thing, because it's also gonna carry some weight. So if you use an aluminum pipe right there, you can use the aluminum pipe to join that to that and hold the filter at the same time.
High-tech water hoses.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about those hoses breaking on you, ruining the engine, right?
High-tech water hoses. Granted, like, if it must be, if the nose of the car is so sloped that the radiator must be below the water pump, then obviously, like a race car, you have got to have a water separator tank and a swirl pot and all that stuff. But you can get the top tank of the radiator to be above the water pump, then there's no need for any of that stuff. You know? And it just complicates matters because you're constantly having to recirculate the water to be able to separate the air out of it. Any air that you have in the water lowers the boiling point.
Yeah. That's a big risk factor there alone, huh?
We'll order a few more items. Yeah, it's perfect. You have a little bit of a bump here, right?
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah. If you roll it a little bit,
Because this is the sharper tray.
you'll be able to do that. That's what I
This
did.
is where I
with-
get the height. I could get the height here. I could play with this here.
That's what I did with the hoses on the aluminum hoses for the radiator on the out. I just roll in a little bit.
Right. I'm gonna roll here. We gotta order that 2 and 3/4
I'm gonna go do that right now.
bump hose. I already have the intercooler machined on the bottom to take this 3-inch pipe,
Right.
and it's pretty much gonna come in kind of like right there, and that's the offset right there. The difference is like almost perfect.
Yeah.
So all I gotta do is slide that in and cut it shorter. See if I can rejig it. Right here.
Gonna have to call you Reverend Boris then? If this is the redemption of the Mazda RX8. The redemption and the revival is near.
Get as much as that other pipe inside that core as I can, so I can have more material in there to be even a smoother turn. So I cut this one a little bit shorter here to give me more space. Slide it out. I have like 1.5 inches or 2 inches inside that other pipe to sleeve out. So let's do that. Take a ½ inch. I mean, it's right there right now. It's right there right now.
Right there.
You see the doctor see that?
That is so tight.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then you had baby
And then
girl.
he's
The
taking
quadruple looper. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be the.
We're from Miami. We're used to busy traffic, heavy traffic at all times. Pretty professional looking. Mostly functional. Most important.
Yeah.
Definitely non-conventional layout.
I don't think Mazda could have done any better had they done this right from the start of the factory.
They definitely didn't. We need the RX8 to be that home run, not
This
the
thing will
third
beat the
strikeout.
RX9 though. That's gonna be the funny part. People that are gonna get these kits when the RX9 comes out, gonna have more horsepower than that.
Oh
car.
yeah, it's gonna be embarrassing to make a payment
Dude, I
on
don't
something
even-
that can't keep up.
Is that
Let me ask you a question.
yo?
Those flanges that you bought that I have to plane, by the way, we still have to put that motor on that thing.
We call that in America the learning curve.
I mean, it almost seems like they put it on a belt sander, go to it and be done with it. You see the marks?
They must have had mittens, because that plate would get hot. That's stainless?
Yeah, it's stainless. That's the only good thing, but
Yeah,
look how warped this is.
not good when it's time to cut it. MFG.
Damn. I see the light passing through there.
Oh look, I want you to see this.
Actually, this one's nowhere near as bad as that other one.
Because this is where, if you approve of this, then we can just melt it. Look at the pipe from over here.
Too tall for me.
I know, but I'm just trying to keep the part flat. Hold on.
Oh, you already cut the
Both
metal?
sleeves and yeah, the
Awesome.
intercooler's already cut. Watch your feet. Yeah, no, we're gonna do that. I have the
Came out
bottom plate.
absolutely beautiful, bro. Gotta hand it to you.
Thanks.
I don't have patience for that shit.
I have a lot of patience for that type of stuff. I could just trade.
I can, I can.
I could zone in and cut like acute angle, triple multi-piece pipes till the end of the month.
I can do it, like, if I'm really, really, really into like a problem, but I get interrupted and phone calls and this guy and the other guy and somebody calls, somebody walks in the door and it's like,
Yeah, you can't run a business and
I just
also
want to put my contribution to
chase
all the
people
RX
down for
haters.
money that they owe.
a lot of that lately.
Collections department's been overworked.
Good thing your partner's an attorney.
Yeah, nowadays you gotta have one. Gorgeous. Clean. It's like,
Yes,
there's no
trampling. Yeah.
And patent pending.
there's no cluster fuck.
It's very isolated, very separated. Very like dedicated. Everything has its own area, its own channel, its own directed air. That's good. We have the whole front of the car covered.
Absolutely, dude.
All the air's flowing through this section. Of course, if you added a hood that complemented something like that, that would be ridiculous. Because the hood, if it had an entrance or an inlet on the hood, it would be no different as far as the liability for water, debris. It's a race. It's a race setup. I still feel like right here in the dead center of the car, I mean, if solid water gets to there, I mean, let's just say that it was a driver error.
He can vouch for that.
Yeah, I've sucked up a few gallons in my
Driver
day.
That was
error.
what, with the blue car?
Yeah.
The blue car's got the intake up here.
It's got the AEM down in, it
Oh, it
goes
goes
down
It
and,
snorkels down.
right, it's like right there at the bottom.
It's a foot above,
Intake
above
duct.
the ground. Yeah.
Dude,
And you got to get the water just fully covering it, and then it's like
covered, submerged.
Right up into the engine.
Right about the time that the third gen came out, the twin turbo Nissan had just come out, and then the Super came out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, Nissan had to replace so many edges. Remember Lulu? Lulu used to work at Nissan South because those turbos were way the hell at the bottom, you know, and go through a puddle of water.
Wow.
Gone. Hydrolock the motor. You want to see what happens to when you hydrolock a rotor in?
Yeah, I do.
I'll show you right now.
I won't go speeding through any puddles anymore if I see this.
No more hydroplane to hydrolock.
Right?
That's a hydrolock front plate.
It's like an earthquake.
Crack, crack, crack.
Yeah, it's a massive. Look at that. You can sit on the other side too, man. Unbelievable. What kind of force water has to break metal, huh?
Mm-hmm. Non-compressible fluid.
But the fact that it's harder than steel, you know, it just.
Well, even if some escaped between the mechanical seal of the rotor housing to the steel plate, some have to go through there. But there's just so much, and that rotor spinning, it just
Housing?
no, just the steel.
Yeah.
God, these things are crap. Look at that thing, man.
So no more ordering
Well, that's why I want to know
from eBay.
who we order. No, I mean you get it from eBay, great stuff, but sometimes you get crap. So that's why you have to know who you're buying this shit from. Look how much light there is between the straight edge. No. Look at it. Come around this side. Between the straight edge and the edge. No, look at it through here.
It's round.
You see that?
Yeah. That's not good. That
No,
means,
it's not good.
that means a lot of exhaust
You're gonna get
escapes.
absolutely no boost. The turbo's only there for looks.
All the boost is going to escape out the...
I got a turbo in my RX8. How much does it boost? No, it doesn't. You just hear it.
It sounds good. You hear this
Whoosh.
whistling sound, but it ain't going anywhere.
The best sound that I've heard lately was Mad Mike. He was imitating a four rotor. He was sitting inside a 787 going like that. He was doing it so great.
Hey, where's your vaporizer?
Yeah.
I gotta ride your ass for that, you know?
Yeah, you know what, man? Pack of cigarettes lasted me 3 days.
That's good. When it lasts you 30 days, then you're doing good.
Yeah, well, I want to get off of it. I don't want to get off of it, you know? Sometimes it's like, you know, there's just certain things trigger it. Like, as soon as I sit in the welding table, I gotta grab one.
Right?
Look, I turned the pipe. It had moved. That's why it wasn't. They weren't like the two radiuses weren't together. One was like looked like a W. They were like touching.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Right, I didn't see that from where I was standing. Or whatever. It had just you could turn it. I gave it enough angle that if we put a turn like what it has, you can make any angle happen.
I just ordered a bump hose right now.
2 3/4.
Yeah, and I guess I should order 2.
It's gonna be tight. These things are gonna have to get cut right on the inside of the radius,
Yeah,
like right
you
here
know
and
what?
right here.
I can always take, since we have to join these things with aluminum tubing, we can always just squeeze it a little bit like that. It's not gonna take away any area
Oh
whatsoever.
no, it doesn't matter. No, but it's not gonna do that. There's 4 inches everywhere. What I'm saying is we're gonna cut this off and use these sections as couplers, and just use. If we buy another one, we're just gonna chop it off and put a real small piece of aluminum to take, take real quick turns with this to get from down there, it has to be a huge difference temperature-wise
is
from
really
over here to way over here.
That is really pretty, man. But now we gotta polish the rest of them.
Yeah, that's easy though. A round pipe, believe me, anything round polishes really fast. I had to work on Harleys for a very long time. That's done, man. It's a couple of wells and a couple of elbows away. This hose, I think we should get a longer 90. This was what we had, and it's a little short for where it needs to be. A little here and a little there, but longer 90 would be perfect right there. That's done. Just need to hang the radiator apart. I was gonna ask you what fans do you plan on putting there so I know how much space to leave.
A couple of 12 inches. I also got some of the original.
But I'm saying like thickness wise.
No, they're not that thick. They're like what we got on the dyno.
Yeah, it's still a couple inches.
What's that?
Like that.
Inch and a half, maybe.
Two, right? You're gonna have a shroud? No shroud?
Nope. Want as much free flow as possible.
Okay.
When I punched all those holes in the shroud of that
It made a
Miata,
huge difference.
it dropped that fucking needle.
Yeah. Well, the air can't get out. It can't get out with the heat.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we need two of those. That way we can have something physical to put there because there's a bar right in the way. Right here. It's thicker on this side. That's why I wanted to see the fan so I know.
Thicker?
Yeah, like you see it's flat. You see this support beam is flat on this side. It's not flat on this side. It's like recessed to give it strength. So it makes it thick. It's like 1.5 inches thick. It's not that thin. So that only leaves you exactly 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. That's why I want to see the thickness of the fans. They'll fit. They'll definitely fit. But it's not going to be with miles, is what I mean. And that's kind of like right there. So we want to put them like as low as possible so that they can flow as much
We're
air.
gonna need to make like 2 holes, not straight across, because this is the support of the
2 holes.
of the latch.
2 holes like where?
Here, like let it basically go like this down and like that again, because we need to keep this latch here. And then it's going to be weak, so we're going to have to make a little support from there to there.
Why?
Give it strength.
Oh, that's been weakened?
No, it's once we open that, you know, once we take the bottom off this piece off.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
Is that what you want to do?
No.
What do you
No.
want to do?
No, I'm just telling you that that's in the way there. That's limiting the space for the thickness of the fan. You put the fan right here, right? There's not that much room, is what I'm saying. Like where you have the radiator, there's only like maybe 1.5 inches. If it's any thicker than that, it might be hindrance. Well, that's where the
Take
fan.
the car up and see if we can move the fan forward. Dude, we can go way forward with this sucker.
Yeah, you don't want to go too crazy because I already made all these pipes. You just want to get this like right there. You want to even it out. It's perfect where it is. We'll get it to 2 inches and we'll leave it right there. It's got 2.25. Maybe 2.5. 2.25 for sure. And everything will still line up. Yes? No? Yeah. I mean, parallel with the ground, right? I mean,
You got a measure tape?
we're here.
Measure height. What was that, 13 inches?
13.
Okay, so
A 12-inch fan, 2 12s is perfect.
about 24 across.
25.
Beautiful. Pair of 12s.
All right.
Next.
Send it. You see the pipe?
Beautiful.
To the turbo? You see it better down here.
Yeah.
The inlet there.
Yep.
Awesome. That thing is gonna have some serious response. There's a fucking foot of plumbing. A fucking foot.
If.
There's like 7 inches here. There's like 5 over there, 6.
This thing's gonna pop wheelies.
Yeah, what we need now is that car doesn't have a belly fan. That car doesn't have shit. That one at my shop. That thing looked like they went like fucking Baja riding with it and like landed on the nose a few times from the bottom. Look, this one was attacked by a Rottweiler. That one was attacked by a pit bull. That's like just what it looks like. You see this? this, like, you know, like it met the ground, like without much introduction. That's what that car looks like.
Which one? The silver one?
That silver one with the flower seat cover.
Have you looked at the other blue one?
No.
That's over at Tony's warehouse.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go look at that.
Go look over there. You can look at it just pulling up, you can see it. That has nothing. Because it doesn't even have these. I was like, well, maybe it's just missing. No, it's like similar fashion. There. I put screws across, and that'll be mounted. That's done.
We need another oil cooler too.
I wonder if we should put like bungs on here now, so that we could put a piece of something and bolt it on there. Like a strip, a flat strip, so we mount it on there and give it some strength. We need to do 2 strips, a strip on the top and a strip on the bottom for that. So I want to do that first. That has to go all the way over up to here to close in order to close all of this. That thing's pretty much going to have to get mounted to the bumper and then mounted on the car and fed and then fastened once it's on to the top of the intercooler. I think it's going to have to need the same thing, like a couple of threaded bungs, so you can put that top strip and screw it into there. That way you've just created that separation between the upper and the lower radiator cavity. As soon as we just put the belly pan, that'll just seal the bottom one, and that's done. But I need that belly pan so that I can hang that condenser and figure out that. So do we have factory fans for the condenser? Or what are we using? Something different to push?
We'll just get some more.
Two 10s. It's 12, so I think 2 10s would be. Just want to go edge to edge.
What do we got?
Probably the same 20, 23 or 2 10s. 2 10s and 2 12s. And this should be done. I think most of that won't even be necessary if the car's going like 50 or 60.
Yeah, but in bumper to bumper traffic, it needs
No,
to
but I'm
have-
saying like if any car 50 or 60 miles per hour doesn't shed the heat or drop down.
There's a lot of space.
It's gonna disappear fast though. You put the belly pan, you put the AC condenser, you put that splitter right there. This is gonna look like you can't even see through it. 2 fans here, 2 fans there. That's moving some air. We might want to suggest to drill some holes. That's the worst design ever. This one's not too bad, but this one has an AC condenser and it's 2 feet away. 2 feet away from the source. And the source on that car is covered. You have a little slit under the bumper and above. And you have that center area that has those angled plastic. That is fake. You hit one bad parking lot, your car doesn't even cool the same anymore. Yeah, you see, that's what I was trying to say. Like, this has to get chopped off, like with a little lip left on it, so you can tie all this to this and that sheet all as one and go up from there, the width of the channel. That's it. Once I start cutting that out, get the width of it, so that we can cut it and cut away the section that has these pipes on the left, because everything else is straight on. That's why I wanted everything to the left. So you just trim it on one little edge, and that's it. It'll be sealed. The air will have to go through the middle. Fasteners, like on the race car, do you see this?
Oh yeah.
Quick disconnect. For a under panel, just make it out of anything. Laminate, graphite, fiberglass, aluminum. Seal the bottom of the car, improve the handling. Pretty big time. Especially top speed, anything over 100 miles per hour, it's gonna be noticeable.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it would help with the cooling as well, because you get to keep pushing the gases or the air back. That's why if it had a diffuser and you connected the dots, that thing would be, it'd be a wind tunnel.
Right.
That's it, pretty much. The diffuser would pull the air out from the bottom, not that it wouldn't have plenty of help from the front while you're driving. That's how all the Formula One cars are.
What do you call those things again on that race car? The
diffuser?
Is that what it is?
The tunnel?
Tunnels.
Yeah.
Ground effects tunnels.
Ground effects tunnels. Yeah. Put some of those in the back.
Where it goes 200.
With our 200 plus runs, right?
You don't want to be affected at 150, 160 level.
You can see that thing.
Unforeseen wall.
Oil pan, it has a thing on this side. Yeah, this side would be no issue. But this side,
You have to invent. You have to invent.
all the way down here.
What's that? Put a turbo 2 engine?
A different block. A different block. This is the perfect block.
You see, you get the lines from here?
Huh?
You get the lines from here?
Turbo's exactly where it's gonna be.
Make it final because it's already right here. It could be anywhere. We could make that go anywhere right now, the way it's set up.
But yeah, I need to cut more off of here.
To the turbocharger, weld this piece onto here, and then put a bump here. That's not gonna be, well,
I mean, it could, you could.
no, the reason
Gonna
why,
be a 2 3/4 to 3.
well, no, the reason why I'm thinking this is, you know, if for whatever reason we want to drop the engine a little bit more, to make a little more room for a larger compressor. I mean, as it sits, the 9180 Borg Warner fits inside that hole perfect. I got a little more space on the bottom than I do on the top.
Where it joins, I don't really think it matters. I mean, if you want to join there or here, I mean, it'll be a little bit easier if it joins in the middle. Just weld the elbow onto it. But then I guess that'd be one more thing for them to have to do. Unless you're sending them, you know what I mean? Like, if you could just use the housing the way it comes and add fittings and whatever and hoses, that's going to be one less headache.
One less headache for the
Because if they have to customize every piece or get existing pieces, then you may even if you have to provide it, well, it's still one more job for you to do too. Ideally, the fewest custom modded or fab parts, unless they're already made, which we're going to supply those, the better.
Yeah, you can put a selection of turbos, you know, whether you want to go with like a Borg Warner or
Stage
you want to do
1,
a
stage 2, stage 3.
Yeah,
You have to go
different
according.
horsepower
Right.
configurations.
Stage 1.
I foresee that the majority of the people are going to want to buy just kits and put on whatever turbo they want or whatever they already bought, have it hanging around.
Yeah,
Right, but that's not gonna be so simple when this kit already fits and you just drop it in. They're gonna suffer the same learning curve of, oh, this doesn't fit, or this burns a hole here, or this falls off because it cracks because it's hitting the car. that's where you should just have the stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. That's where it's already pre-chewed for you. All you have to do is, you know, maybe some fastening, some cutting, some removing, no welding, maybe some drilling. Basic hands-on things, and everything would already be tested and guaranteed to fit, not, you know, wonder if this goes here or you could just put it over there. Throwing the kits together is not the problem. The problem is, like, they have to be worth something. Like, they have to function. If those pieces are already prefabbed and drop in, that's already pre-proven functional parts. If you let people have options like put this turbo or put that turbo or whatever, they're not gonna harness the window of the power for that application, and then they're gonna misjudge.
Yeah, I mean, if you make it a
this turbo application might not work at all with the induction system or turbo system. Even the application they're trying to do, they're trying to drift, they're trying to drag race. It depends on the application and what the drive is. But this kit has to be for everyone, but it's going to come in power levels, and everything changes accordingly.